All right. So, everyone that's participating, excited to start our second week. And it is amazing that Advent, which is usually at least 3.5 weeks, and a lot of times four, is only 3 weeks and a day. So, we're just going to whiz right through this. Tonight's topic is self-discovery. And it's a particular angle because of our topic, Divine Child, Remembering Your Innocence. So what I'd like to do is go ahead and start with the meditation, but it's going to be a pranayama experience. And the pranayama is a very popular style of breathing that you've probably either done with me, or if you're new to this, because I know we've got about 15 people who are new to this Advent series, you've probably done that on your own. It's called alternate nostril breathing. And what alternate nostril breathing does is it balances the two sides of the body. It balances. Now there's a general balancing system that goes on within the body. And to preface, before we jump in, because I'm going to teach you the technique, and I also want to share with you a bit about the nadis, and then we'll jump into this practice. So what I'm going to do is I am going to pull up a picture. All right. So here we've got one of many diagrams of some of the energy centers and pathways that make up who we are as human beings. Now, many of you are aware of the basic chakras. As you can see, you start from the base. Those are the ones that look like little flowers or colored circles. And it goes all the way up to the crown chakra on top that's pinkish looking. So base is red up to the pinkish purplish on the top. I'm not interested in that today. What I would like for you to notice is you'll see that there's a white kind of channel that moves up, starting from the base, and a red channel that moves all the way up. It really moves up. It says to the third eye, but it moves to the crown. So it moves to that whole region of the head. And what these two channels are is it's called Ida and Pingala. And they are two nadis. Now, nadis are energy channels that inform our body. So they're energy flowing channels that really are an iteration and an expression of our life force. And most of the time they run along the nervous system and the blood vessels. You as a human being have 72,000 nadis, energy channels. And oftentimes when it comes to our health, physically, emotionally, mentally, psychologically, spiritually, we can work with these energy channels to accomplish health more quickly. And sometimes trauma is even held in that energy pathway. And when that is healed, whether it's from this lifetime or another lifetime, we really open up our health on all levels. Now, the Ida and the Pingala are in balance with each other. What does that mean? The Ida, which you can see, you would attribute it to the red, it starts at the left hip and moves around the central channel that we call the spinal column. And it even ends up where? It ends up in the third eye. And the Ida is considered the moon. It is considered the, some say feminine, and the Pingala is masculine, though I'm not quite sure I'm interested in trying to put them in those boxes. But it works with the parasympathetic center. It works with all the left hemisphere propensities, which would mean that it works with the right brain and creativity. And the Pingala, then, that's starting on the right side of the spine, That is the sun. So the Ida, the moon, the Pingala, the sun. It is working with the sympathetic nervous system. Sometimes it's considered the masculine component. And it too revolves around the Sushumna, which is the main central column, and brings the left, the more analytical side, into balance with the right. So we're going, our alternate nostril breathing is working with these nadis to bring things into balance. And there is a method to my madness. So you're going to understand why we're opening up with a balance form of meditation. All right. So whether you're familiar with this or not, I'm going to explain it very simply. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to choose whichever hand you want, but we're going to start by closing the right nostril. Whichever fingers are going to close your nostril. So I'm going to do my thumb and my ring finger. And I'm going to put my other two fingers up here close to my third eye. So you can see that. The pinky doesn't matter, it can rest on the face. You can use whatever fingers you want. And what you're going to do is on the inhale, you're going to inhale energy up from the base and from the abdomen up into the third eye. And when you exhale, you're going to exhale energy to move from the third eye down to the base. Now, because this is quite simply a lateral movement, what you're going to do with the breath is you're going to synchronize the Ida and Pingala and free up the energy wherever there may be blockages happening. So you're going to concentrate on the movement up and down the spine, knowing that these nadis are being cleared and energized from the activity. Okay? And we're just going to jump in. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a number of rounds. I'm going to invite you, after you have your eyes open and you can see how to do it a little bit, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. And then we're going to take 2 periods of silence where I'm going to read a sutra. Okay. So get your hands in place and inhale fully. Close the right nostril. Close the left nostril and exhale through the right. Close the right nostril, inhale through the left. Exhale left. Close the left, inhale right. Exhale right. Close the right, inhale left. Exhale left. Continue closing your eyes if you're able. Inhale right. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale left. Now we're going to begin to rotate. Inhale right. Close and exhale left. Inhale left. Close and exhale right. Inhale right. Close and exhale left. Inhale left. Close and exhale right. Inhale right. Close and exhale left. Keep moving at your pace, remembering to draw energy up the spine to the third eye as you inhale and release energy down the spine to the base and sacral chakra on the exhale. Continuing at your pace. And after the next exhale, keeping the eyes closed, you can discontinue the alternate nostril breathing. And notice how you feel right now, how the body and the mind feels. And in this spaciousness, allow the words of this sutra to fall upon you like gentle rain. All this talk of purity and impurity, these are just opinions. Beyond them are the miraculous energies of creation. Rays of light from 1,000,000,000 suns illumine the altar of your sky. Rolling blue-green oceans sanctify the air you breathe. In this moment, you are inhaling their blessing. Who are you to call any of this pure or impure? Find the center around which everything revolves. Stand here and be flooded with joy. And another round of alternate nostril breathing. Get your hand in place with fingers beside the nose. And take a big inhale and exhale. And inhale. Close the left nostril, exhale right. Close the right, inhale left. Close the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close the right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close the right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close the right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close the left, exhale right. Continue at your own pace, continuing alternate nostril breathing. And then after the next exhale, you can stop the alternate nostril breathing, but keep your eyes closed. Allow the words of this sutra to fall on you like a gentle rain. That space is bad. This space is good. The ride is rough, or the going is smooth. We are thrown into suffering. We are thrown into joy. Beloved soulmate, find the space in the center, the pulsing spaciousness encompassing all opposites. Here the essences of creation are at play. Earth, water, fire, air, and space, and the senses that perceive them. The center is the dancing ground. Notice how the body feels. And when you're ready, open your eyes. So this topic of self-discovery, it's really an energy of divinity. Self-discovery. Because in our understanding of divinity, It's that life force, the God, the universal energy, the eternal pulse that is creating. And in the creation process, establishes something such as revealing, expressing, discovering. So it's at the heart of actually being created and being part of the creation. And I can remember growing up as a child, I participated in a lot of normal childlike things. For instance, just like most children, I had preferences. I loved to dance. I didn't love to take a shovel and garden. I couldn't stand baked beans. I loved French toast. I had all of these things that I naturally, from a little baby, developed preferences for. And as I developed those preferences, let me just use the food one, the baked beans and the French toast. I never drew a conclusion saying, well, you know, baked beans are just bad and French toast is good. Or I never said, like the first sutra, baked beans are just impure and French toast is pure. And when it came to activities, I never said being a ballerina is so pure. Gardening and putting flowers in the lawn is just impure. I never jumped to those kinds of conclusions. So in the self-discovery process of learning about who I was, it was not, and children are like this, it was not within a framework of judgmental layer on consciousness. So self-discovery isn't about discovering in this world a morality that creates division. It's about celebrating a diversity and a distinction that's unique in our being alive. I'm sure if you were to think of some examples from your own childhood, you would have some of the same. That you could think of an example where you liked something and didn't like something else. Maybe at the playground, you liked playing in the sandbox, but you didn't like the swings. Or maybe you liked the color red and didn't like the color white. Maybe you liked hopscotch better than jump rope. See, children give us an example of having preferences without judgment. And what would that be like then? To give ourselves that spaciousness in this life, especially in spirituality, there is so much morality attached into it that it can be easy to overlay an attitude of judgmentalness, even in our spirituality, in the guise of being light-filled. But these sutras themselves, what do? They point us away from this or that. This is good, this is bad, this is impure, this is pure. And even in the Bible, we have the sun shines what? On everyone and everything. Therefore is not everything beloved of God. So what if we gave ourselves, in our discovery of our path and our journey, and even in just the knowing of our beingness, what if we gave ourselves the spaciousness to move beyond these polarities? One way that we do that on a practical level is some of the breath work that we just did at the beginning. Because what we did there is we balanced where we might lean more towards analytical, more towards creative, more towards the undercurrents of moon and tides, more towards the arrow-like specificity of sun-like energy. In that alternate breathing, what it does is it kind of pulls the energy together so that the spinal column, the sushumni, the nadi that's the spinal column, can be amplified and informed by both channels, but not dominated by one over the other. So let me take a look back at the first sutra. If you are looking in your book for this, it's Sutra 123 in the small numbers. In the if you have the book, so in the book it's 123 in these numbers, but it's 100 at the top of the page. So what the sutra is pointing out here is that the opinions of purity and impurity, it says something very dramatic. It says they're all opinions. Beyond these opinions is the miraculous energy of creation. They give descriptors of what this is like when we open up to it in creation, about the altar of the sky being illuminated by what? 1 trillion suns. And the blue-green oceans sanctifying the air that we breathe. We're inhaling the blessing of the miraculous energies of all creation. And everything, no matter how we may label it, is part of creation. So if it's all part of creation, what are we to call pure and impure? And less about that part, how can we pull back to the childlike quality that's so divine, that allows distinctions to rise up as the unique expression of our own spirit? The sutra points to the way being this way. Find the center around which everything revolves and stay there and stand there. And the assurance is that we will be flooded with joy. So the optional homework is, how can you come back to a childlike disposition of your self-discovery process, moving away from all the overlays of what you need to do or should do, or what's right or what's wrong, where your woundedness is and you need to work through it, where your gifts are and you need to do this, moving away from that and coming back to the spontaneity of a child that makes its preferences simply what? By what it loves. Great to be with you all.